Irina and I grew up in the Soviet Union, and we always had a strong Jewish identity and love for Israel. Irina grew up in a relatively small shtetl in Ukraine. I grew up in a sophisticated European St. Petersburg. Yet we both experienced personal and institutional Soviet anti-Semitism, for example, when I could not apply to university of my choice. Whenever we come to Israel, we feel like we're at home, and we feel tremendous pride. It's a miraculous small country founded on our Jewish values of life, achievement, education, and tikkun olam, sadly surrounded by the sea of barbarians. There's a myth of Palestinians and other Arab citizens really wanting to live in peace with the Jews, maybe at birth. Unfortunately, we understand how the propaganda works in totalitarian societies all too well. In a recent study, 93% of Palestinians were identified as anti-Semitic, compared to only 37% of French, for example. There is no easy short-term solution to the Muslim-Israeli conflict, and without strong support from American Jews, Israel can really disappear, as is the preference of most of her neighbors. The only country that sees this picture as black and white as we do is Canada. We need to do everything we can to make sure our country supports Israel. We need a strong Israel for its enormous contributions to science and humanity. We want to support our friends and family, but also we want to always have it as a destination of Jews.
Today, we're getting harassed and slaughtered in Europe in levels of anti-Semitism not seen since the pre-war years. The combination of growing Muslim populations, historical European anti-Semitism, and a progressive view of Israel as a colonizing bully make Jewish lives very difficult. You can take off your kippah and your Star of David and your mezuzahs, but you still can't hide from anti-Semites. We know it from our childhoods. Just because your Jewish identity may be a bit passive, those that hate you will know who you are. Today, all the Jews know that there is a homeland that exists for them. They have the option of going there and be free and be safe. And European Jews are going to Israel in record numbers. No matter what their profession is, no matter how old they are, no matter how sick they are, they have a homeland. And what about us here in the U.S.? Every day on college campuses, Jewish kids get harassed and even beaten by students from organizations like Freedom for Palestine. Were we comfortable launching anti-Semitic, anti-Israel demonstrations all around the country during the last war Israel had to fight? How about anti-Semitic signs during Occupy Wall Street marches that were totally underreported? Do we think of it as no consequence when demonstrators yell, "Gas the Jews"? For some, it is a freedom of speech or a difference of opinion. Despite our American optimism, we should all see the signs of danger. Stand with Israel, because one day you may want Israel to stand with you.
And she will, as long as she is there. Every Israeli government feels responsible for every Jew in the world. It deserves our reciprocity.